the software, and this is a different rig than the Zoom setup that I was doing. And I'm recording with the streaming software and the Zoom software for multiple guests and reasons. There's an AI built into the new Zoom software that's allowing for transcriptions to come through. This particular streaming service that I'm using is allowing for us to go live on a number of different platforms and has different uses. I don't know if I'm that happy with it, but I have a irrigation professional that saw one of my TikToks, young independent business guy, good guy. And I said, if you're taking care of your customers and you're doing good in the community, I'd like to have you on my show. He requested that. So we're going to be doing a show later this week or early next week with Ivan, and look forward to that. But I'm doing a very kind of a mic test with some of this lighting and different things. The lights are a little hot here, but same camera, same settings, different software. I'm old, so who knows? But I wanted to kind of introduce, a little private thought with, I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a hole in my shit. No, it's not either. What is that? That's weird. If you saw that white little dot, mention something in the comments. But there is a thought that I have that's reoccurring a lot of times, and it has to do with if you look at the life that you have and that you're living today, there is an extremely high chance that it's what you were praying for 5 years ago. And it happens to me a lot. And I'm always praying for that next opportunity to help somebody else. And I get that opportunity, but what happens is I get blessed in so many different directions, and my kids are doing extremely well. My grandkids are doing extremely well. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful life. I'm disabled right now. I had to learn how to walk 2 years ago, and now I'm getting my balance back, and hopefully I get stronger. But this is me praying for strength and the ability to do more later. And if we timestamp this video, I will bet that we come back to it and Mark is stronger, more capable, able to do more things, building more energy. It happens all the time. And I used to just not notice, but so many times in my life, I have manifested things, and I've, it's not as much a prayer that I have, with God is I have an open conversation, and God knows what I want, and I ask him for the direction. What direction can I move in that's going to be best for me? And all of a sudden, all these things that I want happen. And I look back on them more now than I ever did before. And it happens. It's manifested. And I used to think when I retire, I'd like to play some poker games, country club with my friends, not be in the casino so much, but just kind of enjoying relationships. And today I live in a country club, and I was playing poker with some of the best people I could ever imagine being around. And it happens. Back in the day when I was working a corporate job, I always used to have a side gig, even back then, even probably 30 years ago, I had a job as an executive, but I used to have something going on the side. And you work 40 hours a week at your day job, but 20 hours a week on your side gig or your wealth building or your self-improvement or whatever, but you always got to be working 60 hours a week. And so I'd always have something on the side. And I would tell people, it's like, I do this job at the rental car company, but I'm kind of running my own businesses. I would be inventing all this crazy stuff. And I had a financial system of keeping track of your bills and writing down your debts and stuff. And my father was an old printer and a forms designer, and he designed these forms. This is back when computers were, a fantasy. I had one, but it was, an amber screen or whatever. My dad was doing kind of next level laser type things, but we made a program called First Aid, and I'll pull that out and I'll scan some of this stuff just to provide it with this particular show. But I used to tell people, I'm interested in, my businesses that I'm working on, and to be honest with you, I was probably puffing myself up a little bit more than it was probably true. But here I am at 60, and I've had several businesses, and I have several rental homes that we're taking care of, and we're blessed to have that as part of our income now that we can't work anymore. But it happens, So I guess what I'm saying is, look back on what you dreamed about, and I'll bet you'll be more surprised on how often it happens. So don't be afraid to dream, and don't be afraid to manifest that, and just speak it into existence. I'm going to get better. My kidneys failed, and I'm going to be the best transplant candidate that I can be, and they're going to take me, and I'm going to get a kidney, and I'm going to get better. I'm sleeping 18, 19 hours a day. I can't walk. My skin is, just toxins are coming out of it, but I'm going to get better. And you bring that to the forward, and if you work hard enough and you're contributing enough of that positive vibration in the world, it'll happen. In my case, it happens, and I hope it happens for you. And I guess this is enough of a test of this software. I'm gonna see what we ended up with, and it's probably gonna be crappy, and I wasted all this time talking. But if nobody's told you that they love you today, I love you, and there isn't a darn thing you could do about that. So, good night.